3.
Hello there, this is Aglaé from Climate team at COP21 and I'm interviewing Sabrina, who is also climate and who's going to give us a few hints about what's happening in the negotiations. So Sabrina, what's up in the negotiations group?
So today we are Friday, so it's the end of the week. Not exactly the end of the week of the negotiation because tomorrow we're going to have the negotiation will continue, but today we are expecting the new text, so we will see what's like. I mean, yesterday we had a stock taking, and
Sabrina, what's a stock taking?
Stock taking is a moment during the negotiation where, when you have the state of play of the negotiation, so the co-chairs arrive and the co-facilitator of each group and what we call spin-off group are meeting and discuss about where they are in their negotiation, and the idea is to gather. So the text we are expecting is more have to reflect the position of each parties during each spin-off.
So if I understand well, spin-offs are negotiations focused on a very specific part of the text. It could be like spin-off on mitigation or adaptation, and then they all go together into the stock-taking.
Kinda. I mean, the spin-off. So during the negotiation, you have like several rooms of negotiation working in parallel. So you have what we call contact group. Is more like each item of the negotiation text. So you have one in mitigation, one in capacity building, one in adaptation, one in other like the preamble, etc. And in each contact group, you have several, like you have some paragraph or some specific topic in which you like parties have to talk in a more close format, and is what we call spin-off.
Oh, that's really interesting. And so what happened yesterday at this stock-taking session?
Well, it was so. As you might follow, in the beginning of the week, we had like the head of state who arrived, and for the first time in the negotiation or in the story of the negotiation, we had the head of state who came at the beginning of the negotiation to try to impulse and to boost the negotiation process. And in parallel, we had the ADP, so the urban platform, in which the negotiation are happen.
Okay, so you have the big political impulse at the beginning of the week, and then you see how it can translate into building the text and drafting it. Okay.
Exactly. And on the previous session in October, we get a text, and this text was base of the negotiation in Paris. So we were on this text and try to streamline the text and to make the text like smaller and to clean the text, to send this text to the minister next week, because this week was like a technical negotiation with negotiator, and on the next week we're gonna have like more political negotiation on specific issues in the text.
Okay, so from what I get, there's a text with different paragraphs on which each spin-off group is working on adaptation, on mitigation, or anything. You have several options, and by the end of the week you have clean options and some kind of clean text, and then the political part happens, and next week they are going to choose between the different options.
The idea is like the text now is kind of complex because we have like 50 pages, which is really big for an agreement. And so we have several, as you said, we have several options, and we have also several. In this option, you have like several what we call brackets. It means like it's like inside the option you have also small other alternative options, and the idea is to make to erase as many options as we can to make sure when the minister will get the text and will discuss easier for them. So all the work of this week was to clean up again the text and to make sure we're gonna have like a not complex text on the beginning of the next week.
And is it not complex yet, or is it very complex?
Is it complex? In some paragraph it's clear, like for example article 8 we don't have any brackets, so the text is like quite ready. This paragraph is quite ready. The idea is to keep it because it's an education one. But if you see other options, like for example article 2, which is objective, you have like several options and several brackets, and it's quite complicated to read it. And the idea is to make this paragraph and the others more clean, so without brackets and with less option in this paragraph or alternative option.
So thank you, Sabrina. I think it's been very instructive, and I hope that you learned a lot. I learned a lot personally, and let's hope that we're going to have a clear text by Saturday when the ADP closes, and that it's going to help the ministers to do their choices next week. Bye!